White, a blank page or canvas. The challenge: bring order to the home. Through design. Composition. Balance. Light. And harmony. No. Now I want you to look out of the water.
I feel foolish.
Why?
I hate this thing.
Then why wear it?
Why wear it? Everyone's wearing them.
Huh? Everyone.
You know they are.
Stand still, please.
I read they're even wearing them in America.
They are fighting Indians in America, and you cannot read.
I can read. A little. Why do we have to get up so early?
The light.
Oh.
Oh,
What's the matter?
I hate this tree.
Well, I thought you were drawing me.
I am. Just stand still.
I wish we could go sailing. I wouldn't go this early in the day, though.
Could you drop your head, please? Dot, if you wish to be a good model, you must learn to concentrate. Hold the pose. Look out of the water. Thank you.
Where is that tree? Nurse! Nurse!
My God, she's everywhere.
Nurse!
What is it, madame?
The tree, where is our tree?
What tree?
The tree we always sit near. Someone has moved it.
No one has moved it, madame. It's right over there. Now, come along.
Do not push me.
I'm not pushing, I'm helping.
You are pushing, and I do not need any help.
Yes, madame.
And this is not our tree.
Yes, madame.
I do not envy the nurse.
She can read.
They were talking about you at La Coupole,
Oh,
saying strange
you
things.
have so little to speak of, they must speak of me.
Were you at the zoo, George? Drawing the monkey cage?
Not the monkey cage.
Well, they said they saw you.
The monkeys, Dot. Not the cage.
It is true. Why draw monkeys?
Nurse, what is that?
What, madame?
That! Off in the distance.
They are making way for the exposition.
What exposition?
The International Exposition. They're going to build a tower.
Another exposition.
They say it is going to be the tallest structure in the world.
More foreigners. I am sick of foreigners.
More boats. More trees.
George? Why is it you always get to sit in the shade, while I have to stand in the sun? George? Hello, George. There is someone in this dress. A trickle of sweat. The back of the head. He always does this. Now the foot is dead. Sunday in the park with George. One more sun. The collar is damp, beginning to pinch. The bustle slipping. I won't budge 1 inch. Who was at the zoo, George? Who was at the zoo? The monkeys and who, George? The monkeys and who?
Don't move, please.
Artists are bizarre, fixed, cold. That's you, George, or there's law. Fixed, cold. I like that in a man. Fixed, cold, cold. It's hot out there. Well, there are worse things than staring at the water on a Sunday. There are worse things than staring at the water as you're posing for a picture being painted by your lover in the middle of the summer on an island in the river on a Sunday. The petticoat's wet, which adds to the weight. The sun is blinding, or I'd concentrate.
Eyes open, please.
Sunday in the park with George.
Out of the water, not at me.
Sunday in the park with George. Concentrate, concentrate. Well, if you want bread and respect and attention, not to say connection, modeling's no profession. If you want instead, when you're dead, some more public or more permanent expression of affection, you want a painter, poet, sculptor, preferably marble, granite, bronze, durable, something nice with swans that's durable forever. All it has to be is good, and George, you're good. You're really good. George's stroke is tender. George's touch is pure. Your eyes, George, I love your eyes, George. I love your beard, George. I love your size, George. But most, George, of all, but most of all, I love your painting. I think I'm fainting. The tip of the stay, right under the tit. No, don't give in, just lift the arm a bit.
Don't lift the arm, please.
Sunday in the park with
The
George.
bustle high, please.
Not even a nod, as if I were trees. The ground could open, he would still say please. Never knew with you, George. Who could know with you? The other side knew, George. Before we get through, I'll get to you too. But I am so hurt. Well, there are worse things than staring at the water on a Sunday. There are worse things than staring at the water as you're posing for a picture after sleeping on a ferry, after getting up at 7 to come over to an island in the middle of the river, half an hour from the city on a Sunday. On a Sunday.
don't move the mouth.
I'm getting tired. The sun is too strong today.
Almost finished.
I'd rather be in the studio, George.
I know.
They're out early today.
Well, it is a Sunday, Madame.
That is what I mean, nurse. Young boys out swimming so early on a Sunday.
But it is very warm.
Hand me my parasol.
I am, Madame.
No.
What?
Look who's over there.
So?
Well, when he's around, you know who's likely to follow.
You have moved your arm.
I think they're spying on you, George. I really do.
Are you going to hold your head still?
You're here awfully early today.
Ja, so are you.
And working on a Sunday.
Ja,
It's a beautiful day.
it is too hot.
Do you think?
Where is my fan?
Oh, I have to get back.
Nurse, my fan!
You did not bring it today, Madame.
Of course I brought it.
Perhaps we will see each other later?
Perhaps.
There it is over there.
That is my fan.
Well, I can use it, can I not? It was just lying there. What is all that commotion?
Jungen, nicht so laut! Ruhe bitte!
Ah.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
Oh my dear.
It has no presence,
No passion.
no life. It's neither pastoral nor lyrical.
You don't suppose that it's satirical?
Ah. Just density without intensity.
No life. Boys with their clothes off.
I must paint a factory next.
It's so mechanical.
Methodical.
It might be in some dreary socialistic periodical.
Good.
So drab, so cold.
And so controlled. No
No
life.
life.
His touch is too deliberate somehow.
The dog.
These things get hung. And then they're gone.
Of course he's young,
What?
but getting on.
Oh, mind, no heart, no life in his art.
No life in his life.
Oh, go away.
There's that painter. What's his name?
What is his name?
I can never remember their names.
Ah, George. Out very early today. Hello, Jules.
A lovely day.
I couldn't be out sketching today. It's too sunny.
Have you seen the painting?
Oh, yes. I was just going to say, boys bathing. What a curious subject. We must speak.
I loved the dog.
I am pleased there was an independent exhibition.
Yes.
Good day.
Enjoy the weather. That dress.
I hate them.
Jules is a fine painter.
I don't care. I hate them.
France!
We are waiting.
At your service, monsieur. Madame.
Thank you, Mother.
I began to do it.
What?
Concentrate, like you said.
You did very well.
Did I really?
Yes, I will meet you back at the studio.
Oh, you're not coming.
Well, not now. Dot, we will go to the Follies tonight. Bonjour.
Oh, bonjour, monsieur.
Lovely morning, ladies.
Yes.
I have my pad and crayons today.
Oh, that would be...
Not today.
Why not today?
Too warm.
It is warm, but it will not take long. You can go and...
Some other day, monsieur.
It's George, Mother. Shh. Yes. I guess we will all be back.
George taught me all about concentration. The art of being still, he said. I guess I didn't learn it soon enough. George likes to be alone. Sometimes he will work all night long painting. We thought about that. I need sleep. I love to dream. George doesn't need as much sleep as everyone else. And he never tells me his dreams. George has many secrets.
Order. Design. Composition. Tone. Form. Symmetry. Balance. More red. And a little more red. Blue, 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 blue. Even. Good. Bum, 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 bum. More red. More blue. More beer. More light. Color and light. There's only color and light. Yellow and white. Just blue and yellow and white. Look at the Alice. See what I mean. No, look over there, miss. That's done with green, conjoined with orange.
Nothing seems to fit me right. Oh, the less I wear, the more comfortable I feel. More rouge. George is very special. Maybe I'm just not special enough for him. If my legs were longer, if my bust was smaller, if my hands were graceful, if my waist was thinner, if my hips were flatter, if my voice was warm, if I could concentrate, I'd be in the furry suit, I'd be in a cabaret. Gentlemen in tall silk hats with linen spats would wait with flowers. I could make them wait for hours. Give the young aristocrats with fancy flats who'd drink my health, and I would be as hard as nails, and they'd only want me more if I was a folly girl. No, I wouldn't like it much. Married men and stupid boys and too much smoke and all that noise and all that colour and light.
Aren't you proper today, miss? Your parasol so properly cocked, your bustle so perfectly upright. No doubt your chin rests at just the right angle from your chest. And you, sir, your hat so black to you perhaps, so red to me.
None of the others worked at night.
So composed for a Sunday.
How do you work without the right, white, light? How do you fathom joy?
Red, orange, orange, pick up red, pick up orange from the blue, green, circle on the violet, diagonal, yellow, comma, num, blue, still sitting, red, that perfume, blue, all night, blue, the window shut, sitting, waiting, getting fat, more yellow, waiting to go out. But no, George, finish the hat, have to finish the hat first, hot. It's hot in here. Sunday.
Forever.
There's only colour and light.
As if he sees you and he doesn't, all at once.
Purple and white.
What is he thinking when he looks like
and
that?
Red and purple and white.
But what does he see? Sometimes not even blinking.
Look at this glade, girls. Your cool blue spot.
His eyes so dark and shiny.
Oh, stay in the shade, girls. It's getting hot.
Something cold and black.
It's getting orange.
But it's warm inside his eyes.
Hotter.
And it's soft inside his eyes. And he burns you with his eyes.
Look at her looking.
And you're studied like the light.
Forever with that mirror. What does she see? The round face, the tiny pout, the soft mouth, the creamy skin.
And you look inside the eyes.
The pink lips, the red cheeks.
And you catch him here and there.
The wide eyes studying the round face, the tiny pout. Seeing all of the parts and none of the whole.
So you want him even more.
The way she catches the light.
Inside the eyes.
And the color of her hair. I could look at him forever. It's going well.
Should I wear my red dress or blue?
Red.
Aren't you going to clean up?
What?
The follies, George.
No, I have to finish the hat. Damn. The follies. Will she yell or stay silent? Go without me or sulk in the corner? Will she be in the bed when the hat and the grass and the parasol have finally found their way? Too green. Do I care? Too blue? Yes. Too soft? What should I do? Well, red.
Water looks different on Sunday.
It's the same water you boat on all week.
It looks different from the park.
You prefer watching the boats to the people promenading.
People all dressed up in their Sunday best, pretending. Sunday's just another day. I wear what I always wear, then I don't have to worry.
Worry?
They leave me alone dressed like this. No one comes near.
Look who's over there.
Dot! Who's she with?
Looks like Louis the baker.
Well, how did Dot get to be with Louis?
She knows how to make dough, right?
There is that woman.
Who is she with?
It looks like the baker.
Moving up, I suppose.
The artist is more handsome.
You cannot eat paintings, my dear, not when there's bread in the oven.
They say he's working on an enormous canvas.
I heard somewhere he's painting little specks.
You heard it from me. A large canvas of specks, really.
Look at him, drawing a slovenly boatman.
I think he's trying to play with light.
What next?
A monkey cage, they say.
Sunday hypocrites, that's what they are. Muttering and murmuring about this one and that one. I'll take my old dog for company any day. A dog knows his place, respects your privacy, makes no demands. Right foot?
Right.
They say that George has another woman.
I'm not surprised.
They say that George only lives with drums.
I'm not surprised.
They say he frowns through the streets in his top hat after midnight. He stands there staring up at the lamps.
I'm not surprised.
Artists are so crazy.
Those girls are noisy.
Yes, madame.
That man is famous.
Yes, madame.
That man is filthy.
Your son seems to find him interesting.
That man's deluded.
Artists are so crazy.
Artists are so peculiar.
Monkeys!
All the crickets screaming, complaining, silly little simpering shop girls, condescending artists observing, perceiving. Well, screw them! Artists are so
Unfeeling.
What do you do with these drawings anyway?
That's George.
To move on to include his work in the next group show.
Yes.
I agree. I agree.
He draws anyone.
Old bowman.
Right?
Be a man.
Like his father, I said.
I said so first. Lesson number 8. Pronouns. Pronouns. What is a pronoun? A pronoun is the word used in the place of a noun. Do you recall what a noun is? Well, certainly I recall. Example. Charles has a book. Marie wants Charles's book. Not Marie again. Marie wants his book. Fill in the blanks. Charles ran with Marie's ball. Charles ran with H-E-R, her ball. Get the ball back, Marie.
Children should not go unattended.
She is very young to be alone.
I do not like what I see today, nurse.
What do you see?
Lack of discipline.
Oh.
Not the right direction at all.
Fools rowing. Call that recreation?
Almost finished.
Get away from that dog!
That was hardly necessary.
How do you know what's necessary? Who are you? With your fancy patterned crayons? You call that work? You smug, goddamn, all in and thou shitty little men in your fancy clothes, born with pens and pencils, not pricks! You don't know!
Well, what are you going to do now that you've got no one to draw?
Don't talk to him.
I am drawing his dog.
His dog.
Honestly.
I have already sketched you, ladies.
What? You have? I don't believe you. When?
A few Sundays ago.
But we never sat for you.
I studied you from afar.
No. Who were you? I want to see.
Someday you shall.
When?
Good day.
He did not so much as ask.
No respect for a person's privacy.
I wouldn't sit for him anyway.
Probably that's why he didn't ask.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Lesson number 8.
Yes. Pronouns. My writing's improving. And I even keep notes in the back of the book.
Good for you.
How's your painting coming along?
Slowly.
Are you getting more work done now you have fewer distractions in the studio?
It has been quiet there.
I made your favorite.
Good day.
Cream puffs?
If the head was smaller, if the tail were longer, if he faced the water, if the paws were hidden, if the neck was darker, if the back was curved, more like the parasol. Bum 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 bum. More shade. More tail, more grass. Would you like some more grass? Thanks. The week has been rough. When you're stuck for life on a garbage scow, only 40 feet long from stern to prow, and a crackpot in the bow. Whoa. The planks are rough and the wind is rough and the master's drunk and mean and rough, rough. With the fish and scum and planks and ballast, the nose gets numb and the paws get calloused. And with splinters in your ass, you look forward to the grass on Sunday. The day off, 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 off. Off. The grass needs to be thicker, perhaps a few weeds, with some ants, if you would. I love fresh ants, roaming around on Sunday, poking among the roots and rocks, nose to the ground on Sunday, studying all the shoes and socks. Everything's worth it Sunday, the day off. bits of pastry, piece of chicken. Here's a handkerchief that somebody was sick in. There's a thistle, that's a shallot. That's a dripping from the loony with the palate. Off for the day on Sunday. Off for the ladies at last. Yep, but away on Sunday. Helps you forget the week just passed. Everything's worth it Sunday. The day off. Yep. Stuck all week on a lady's lap. Nothing to do but yawn and nap. Yep. Can you blame me if I nap? Nope. There's only so much attention a dog can take. Been alone on Sunday, rolling around in mud and dirt. Begging a bowl on Sunday, settling for a spoiled dessert. Everything's worth it Sunday, the day off. Something fuzzy, something furry, something pink that someone tore off in a hurry. What's the muddle in the middle? That's a puddle where the poodle did a piddle. Taking a day on Sunday, now that the dreary week is dead. Getting away on Sunday, brightens the dreary week ahead. Everyone's on display on Sunday. Bonnet flapping, bustle sliding, like a rocking horse and nobody's been riding. There's a daisy and some clover, and that interesting fellow looking over.
Nurse!
One day is much like any other, listening to her snap and drone.
Still, Sunday with someone's dotty mother is better than Sunday with your own. Mothers may drone, mothers may whine. Tending to his though is perfectly fine. It pays for the nurse that is tending to mine. On Sunday, my day off.
Oh, this is just ridiculous. Why shouldn't we fish? No one will notice us anyway. Oh, look! Soldiers! Alone! What did I tell you?
Well, they'll never talk to us if we fish. Why don't
It's a beautiful day for fishing.
What do you think? I like the one in the light hat.
Frida! Frida!
Oh no!
Not now, Louise.
I want to play.
Go away, Louisa. We are not working today.
Let's go throw stones at the ducks.
Louise, do not throw stones at the ducks.
Why not?
You know why not, and you know this is our day off. So go find your mother and throw some stones at her, why don't you?
Franz, I'm telling.
Good! Go!
Franz,
Relax.
Yeah, relax.
Second bottle.
Ah, she looks for me.
he is bursting to go.
Near the fountain.
I could let him.
How to manage it?
No. You know, Franz, I believe that artist is drawing us.
Who?
Monsieur's Freund.
Monsieur would never think to draw us. We are only people he looks down upon. I should have been an artist. I was never intended for work.
Artists work, Franz. I believe they work very hard.
Work. We work. We serve their food. We carve their meat. We tend to their house. We polish their silverware.
We serve, we also gut.
Frozen wie Raschen, waschen, braschen, wipen was.
Franz, wie nett.
Weil he creates, we scrape their plates, and does their knick-knacks hundreds to the shells. Work is what you do for others, Liebchen. Art is what you do for yourself.
Working on Sunday again, George. You should give yourself a day off.
Why?
Well, you must need time to replenish. Or does your well never run dry? Drawing my servants. Certainly, George, you could find more colorful subjects.
Who should I be sketching?
Well, how about that pretty friend of yours? Now, why did I see her arm in arm with the baker today, huh? She is a pretty subject.
Yes.
Your life needs spice, George. Go to some parties. That's where you'll meet prospective buyers. Have some fun. Your work is bound to reflect...
You don't like my work, do you?
I did. Once.
You find it too tight?
People are talking about your work. You have
I
your
am
admirers.
using a different brushstroke.
Always changing. Why keep changing?
Because I do not paint for your approval.
And I suppose that is why I like you. Good to see you, George.
Jules, I would like you to come to the studio sometime, see the new work.
For my approval?
No, for your opinion.
Very well.
You and me, pal, we're the loonies. Did you know that? Bet you didn't know that.
'Cause we tell them the truth. Who you drawing? Who the hell do you think you're drawing? Me? You don't know me. Go on drawing. Since you're drawing only what you want to see anyway. One eye, no illusion that you get with two. One for what is true, one for what suits you. Draw your own conclusion, all you artists do. I see what is true. Sitting there, looking everyone up and down, studying every move like you see something different, like your eyes know more. You and me, pal, we're society's fault. Taking the day on Sunday, after all the week is dead. No, taking the day on Sunday, right as a really big bad. No, using pressure.
Where did you go, George? I know you're near, George. I caught your eyes, George. I want your ear, George. I've a surprise, George. Everybody loves Louis. Louis simple and kind. Everybody loves Louis. Louis lovable.
Louis!
Seems we never know, do we, who we're going to find. And Louis the baker is not what I had in mind. But Louis is really an artist. Louis' cakes are an art. Louis isn't the smartest. Louis is popular. Everybody loves Louis. Louis makes you my heart. The bread, George. I mean the bread, George. And then in bed, George. I mean he needs me. I mean like dough, George. Hello, George. Louis always so pleasant. Louis always so so fair. Louis makes you feel present. Louis is generous. That's the thing about Louis. Louis always is there. Louis' thoughts are not hard to follow. Louis' art is not hard to swallow. Not that Louis' perfection. That's what makes him ideal. Hardly anything worth objection. Louis drinks a bit. Louis blinks a bit. Louis makes a connection. That's the thing that you feel. We lose things, and then we choose things, and there are lose, and there are joys. Everybody loves Louis, him as well as his cakes. Everybody loves Louis, me included, George. Not afraid to be gooey, Louis sells what he makes. Everybody gets along with him, that's the trouble. Nothing's wrong with him. Louis has to make his way, George can only make his.
Paris looks nothing like the paintings.
I know.
I don't see any passion. Do you?
No.
The French are so placid.
I don't think they have much style either.
What's all the carrying on back home? Delicious pastries, though.
Excellent.
Looking at the boats over there makes me think of our return voyage.
I long to be back home.
You do?
How soon could we leave?
You're that anxious to leave? The Peaches, we just arrived.
I know.
Well, I don't like it here either. We'll go right back to the hotel, and I'll book passage for the end of the week. We'll go to the galleries this afternoon, and then we'll be on our way home.
I'm so relieved. I am going to miss these pastries, though.
We'll take a baker with us, too.
Wonderful.
You really should try using that pole.
It won't make any difference.
What's wrong? Just sit there.
May we be of some service, madam?
Mademoiselle.
She has a fish.
He knows.
Allow me.
Oh. Oh. It tugs so.
There's no sign of fish here.
Oh, me. My name is Celeste. This is my friend. Celeste. Do you have a name?
I beg your pardon. Napoleon. Some people think I should change it.
And your friend?
Yes, he is my friend.
He's very quiet.
Yes, actually he is. He lost his hearing during combat exercises.
Oh, what a shame.
He can't speak either.
Oh, how dreadful.
We've become very close, though.
So I see.
Mademoiselle, I and my friend, we are but soldiers. Passing the time, in between wars, for we set an end.
You can have the other. I don't want the other. I don't want
the other either.
And after a week spent mostly indoors with nothing but soldiers, ladies, I and my friend, trust we will not offend, which we never intend, by suggesting we spend this magnificent Sunday.
Oh, Sunday!
With you and your friend.
The one on the right's an awful bore. He's been in a war.
We get a meal, we might get more.
It's certainly fine for Sunday. It's certainly fine for Sunday. It's certainly fine for Sunday.
Mademoiselle, you and me, pal. Second bottles, she looks for me. Bonnet flapping, yapping, rough chicken, pastry. Yes, she looks for me. Good. Let her look for me to tell me why she left me, as I always knew she would. I had thought she understood. They have never understood, and no reason they should. But if anybody could, finishing the hat, how you have to finish the hat, how you watch the rest of the world from a window while you finish the hat, mapping out a sky, what you feel like planning a sky, what you feel when voices that come through the window go until they distance and die, until there's nothing but sky. How you're always turning back too late from the grass or the stick or the dog or the light, or the kind of woman waiting to wait, not the kind that you want to find waiting to return to the night. Dizzy from the heart, coming from the hat, studying the hat, entering the world of the hat, reaching through the world of the hat like a window, back to this one from that, studying a face, stepping back to look at a face, leaves a little space in the way like a window, but to see is the only way to see. And when the woman that you wanted goes, you can say to yourself, well, I give what I give. But a woman who won't wait for you knows that however you live, there's a part of you always standing by, mapping out the sky. Finishing a hat, starting on a hat, finishing a hat. Look, I made a hat. Where there never was a hat.
Excusez, monsieur. We are lost. You won't.
Let me try, Daddy. We are alien here, unable to find passage off island.
Why don't you just walk into the water until your lungs fill up and you die?
I detest these people.
Isn't that the baker?
Why, yes, it is.
Where is that tree? Nurse! Nurse!
You're almost finished.
If I do not change my mind again. And you?
2 more months.
You could not change your mind.
Nor do I want to. Is it going to be exhibited?
I'm not sure. Jules is coming over to look at it. Any minute, in fact.
Oh, I hope you don't mind my coming.
What is it that you want, Dot?
George, I would like my painting.
Your painting?
The one of me powdering.
I did not know that it was yours.
Well, you said once I could have it.
In my sleep?
I want something to remember you by.
You don't have enough now?
I want the painting, too.
I understand you and Louis are getting married.
Yes,
He must love you very much to take you in that condition.
he does.
I did not think that you would go through with it. I did not think that was what you really wanted.
Oh, I don't think I can have what I really want. Lou is what I think I need.
Yes, Louis will take it to the Follies, correct?
George, I didn't come here to argue.
George!
Back here, Jules.
I will go.
No, don't leave. It will only take a minute.
Ah, there you are. I brought Yvonne along.
May I take a peek?
I'll wait in the other room.
I hope we are not interrupting you. Ooh.
It's so large. How can you get any perspective? And this light.
Stand here.
Extraordinary. Excuse me. Talk of painting bores me. It is hard to escape it when you're with an artist. I do not know how you can walk up all those steps in your condition. I remember when I had Louise, I could never be on my feet for long periods of time. Certainly could never navigate steps.
Did someone carry you around?
Why are you so cool to me?
Maybe I don't like you.
Whatever have I done to make you feel that way?
Whatever have I done? Well, maybe it's the way you speak. What are you really doing here anyway?
You know why we are here. So that Jules can look at George's work.
I don't understand why George invites you. He knows you don't like his painting.
That is not entirely true. Jules has great respect for George, and he has encouraged
That's
him.
not what I hear. Jules is jealous of George now.
Well, jealousy is a form of flattery, is it not? I have been jealous of you on occasion. when I have seen George drawing you in the park. Jules has rarely sketched me.
You are his wife?
Too flat, too angular.
Modelling is hard work. You wouldn't like it anyway.
It is worth it, don't you think?
Sometimes.
Has your life changed much now that you are with the baker?
Oh, I suppose. He enjoys caring for me.
You are very lucky. Oh, I suppose Jules cares. But there are times when he does not know Louise and I are there. George always seems so oblivious to everyone. Jules says that is what is wrong with his painting. Too obsessive. You have to have a life. Don't you agree?
George, I don't know what to say. What is this?
What is the dominant colour? The flower on the hat.
Is this a school exam, George?
What is that colour?
Oh, violet.
You see? Red and blue. Your eye made the violet.
So?
So your eye is perceiving both red and blue and violet. Only 11 colours, no black, divided. Not mixed on the palette, mixed by the eye. Can't you see the shimmering?
George!
Science, Jules. Fixed laws for colour, like music.
You are a painter, not a scientist. You can't even see these faces.
I'm not painting faces. I am trying...
George! I've touted your work in the past, but now you're embarrassing me.
Why should I paint like you or anybody else? I'm trying to get through to something new. Something that is my own.
And I am trying to understand.
I want you to understand. Look at the canvas, Jules. Really look at it.
George, let's get to the point. You've invited me here because you want me to try to get this included in the next group show.
It will be finished soon. I want it to be seen.
Jules, I am sorry to interrupt, but we really must be going. You know we have an engagement.
Ah, yes.
Thank you, George.
Yes, thank you, George.
Yes, thank you for coming.
I will give the matter some thought.
He does not like you. He does not understand or appreciate you. He can only see you as everyone else does, afraid to take you apart and put you back together again for himself. But we will not let anyone deter us, will we? Bum, bum,
George!
Bum, 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 bum.
George!
Excuse me, speaking with Jules about the painting.
George, you asked me to
my
stay
brushes.
and you forget
I do not believe he even
here.
looked at the painting,
George!
though.
I have something to tell you.
Yes, now about your painting.
I may be going away. To America.
Alone?
Of course not. With Louis. He has work.
When?
After the baby arrives.
You will not like it there.
How do you know?
I have read about America. Why are you telling me this? First you ask for a painting that is not yours, then you tell me this. I have work to do.
Yes, George. Run to your work, hide behind your painting. I've come to tell you that I'm leaving because I thought you might care to know. Foolish of me, because you care for nothing.
I care about many things.
Things, not people.
People too. I cannot divide my feelings up as neatly as you, and I'm not hiding behind my canvas. I am living in it.
What you care for is yourself.
I care about this painting. You will be in this painting.
I am something you can use.
I had thought you understood.
Because I understand that I left, that I
Then
am
there's
leaving.
nothing I can say, is there?
Yes, George, there is. You could tell me not to go. Say it to me. Tell me not to go. Tell me that you're hurt. Tell me you're relieved. Tell me that you're bored. Anything, but don't assume I know. Tell me what you feel.
What I feel, you know exactly how I feel. Why do you insist you must hear the words when you know I cannot give you words? Not the ones you need. There's nothing to say. I cannot be what you want.
What do you want,
I
George?
needed you and you left.
There was no room for
You
me.
will not accept who I am. I am what I do, which you knew, which you always knew, which
which I thought you were a part of.
You are complete, George. You are your own. We do not belong together. You are complete, George. You all alone. I am unfinished. I am diminished. With or without you. We do not belong together. And we should have belonged together. What made it so right together is what made it all wrong. No one is you, George. There we agree. But others will do, George. No one is you, and no one can be. But no one is me, George. No one is me. A mission to see. Now I have one too, George, and we should have learned. I have to move on. I remember when you were a little boy. You would rise up early on a Sunday morning and go for a swim.
I do not know how to swim.
The boys would come by the house to get you.
I've always been petrified of the water.
And your father would walk you all to the banks of the Seine.
Father was never faithful to us.
And he would give you boys careful instruction telling you just how far to swim out.
And he certainly never instructed.
And now look across there. In the distance. All those beautiful trees cut down for a foolish tower.
I do not think there were ever trees there.
How I love the view from here. Changing.
I'm quite certain that was an open field.
It keeps changing.
I used to play there as a child.
I see towers where there were trees, knowing all the stillness, the solitude, Sundays disappearing all the time when things were beautiful.
All things are beautiful. Mother, all trees, all towers beautiful. That tower beautiful. Mother, see a perfect tree. Pretty and beautiful. Mother, pretty is what changes. what he arranges is what is beautiful. I'm changing, you're changing, our draw is now before we fade. Mother, it keeps melting before you watch while I revise the world. Changing as we sit here, quick to Sundays disappearing as we look. Look. You make it beautiful. Oh, George, how I long for the old view.
To be free of you.
Friends can be confining.
You never understood my mood.
But she only thought of herself.
It was as if I had this
damned
bird at my side.
She never really cared about me.
We had very different tastes.
She had no taste.
She was rather pushy.
Yes, very. And he was so odd.
He's not odd.
No, I didn't really mean odd.
You better hope I don't get my hands on you, you little toad. Now stop that! Stop it!
Are we ever gonna get home?
You're blocking my light.
Marie and I came to watch.
Marie? You know, I do not like anyone staring over my shoulder.
Yes, I know. George, we're about to leave for America. I've come to ask for the painting of me powdering again. I'd like to take it with me.
Oh? I have repainted it.
What?
Another model.
You knew I wanted it.
Perhaps if you would remain still.
Perhaps if you would look up from your pad. What is wrong with you, George? Can you not even look at your own child?
She is not my child. Louis is her father.
Louis is not her father.
Louis is her father now. Louis will be a loving and attentive father. I cannot because I cannot look up from my pad. Dot. I am sorry.
I worry about you, George.
Turn slightly toward me, please.
No future in dreaming.
Drop the head a little, please.
I worry about you and that woman, too.
I have another woman in my life now.
They're all the same woman.
Variations on a theme.
You always drifted as a child.
The shadows are too heavy.
You were always in some other place, seeing something no one else could see.
Softer light.
We tried to get through to you, George. Really, we did.
Connect, George. Connect.
Are you certain you really wish to do this?
Of course. We just have to find a quiet spot. I've wanted to do it outside for a long time.
Franz would kill you.
Is he in the park?
I am not certain.
Oh, well, perhaps some other day would be better.
Some other day. Always some other day. Perhaps you do not really wish to.
Of course I do. I do. I love tall grass.
Yeah, tall grass. You would not toy with my affections, would you?
No, of course not.
I see a quiet spot over there.
Over there? But there are people in that grove. Bonjour.
Is there a violation being perpetrated by that man?
What?
There is something in the air today.
Being alone is nothing new for me.
Well, look who's watching us.
Sundays are such a bore, I'd almost rather be in a shop. Do you like your work? I hate mine.
I don't care if she never speaks to me again.
She won't.
Franz! Franz! What
Have you seen Louise?
Nine, madame.
I thought Frida was going to care for her today.
But it's Sunday.
What of it?
Our day off.
But I have just lost my little girl.
Let's go visit Celeste.
I don't wish to
Louise.
speak with her.
Come, it'll be fun.
Louise, where have you been, young lady?
With Frida.
There, you see.
Frida?
And with Father.
Your father is in the studio.
No, he's not. He's with Frida. I saw them.
There.
Over there. Tonguing.
We've come for Frida!
I don't want to talk
Frida,
about
Christmas!
Christmas.
It's
It's the worst reputation of anyone in Paris.
Oh, Mr. Hore.
The reputation of
Come here.
you're a flying
Please don't fight!
Remember, George.
Order. Design. Tension. Balance. Harmony.
It's hot up here.
It's hot and it's monotonous.
I want my glasses.
This is not my good profile.
No one can even see my profile.
I hate this dress. The soldiers have forgotten us.
The boatman schwitzes.
I am completely out of proportion.
These helmets weigh a lot on us.
This tree is blocking my view.
I can't see anything.
Why are they complaining? It could have been raining.
I hate these people.
Hot up here, a lot up here. It's hot up here forever. A lot of fun. It's not up here. It's hot up here no matter what. There's not a breath of air up here, and they're up here forever. It's not my fault. I got up here. I got up here. I am so hot up here.
Darling, don't clutch Mother's hand quite so tightly. Thank you.
It's hot up here.
At least you have a parasol.
Well, look who's talking, sitting in the shade.
I trust my cigar is not bothering you. Unfortunately, it never goes out. You have excellent concentration.
It's good to be together, Arcane.
See, I told you they were odd. Don't slouch.
He took my glasses.
You've been eating something sticky.
I put on rouge today too.
Don't you ever take the business, honey, my fan.
I can't.
At least the brat is with her mother.
I heard that.
Do you like tall grass?
Bunch of
I hate these people.
Hot up here, and strange up here. No change up here forever. Still it is, how hot it is, and dark it is, so hot.
I like the one in the light hat.
Hello, George. I do not wish to be remembered like this, George. With them, George. My hand, George. 3 inches off the ground, and then this monkey and his people, George. They'll argue till they fade, and whisper things and grunt. But thank you for the shade, and putting me in front. Yes, thank you, George, for that. And for the hat.
It's hot up here.
It's hot and it's monotonous.
I want my glasses.
This is not my good profile.
This dress.
It's hot up here.
The soldiers have forgotten us.
He took my glasses.
This is not my good profile.
There are worse things that's waiting by the someday. There are worse things that's waiting by the
When you're sweating in a picture that was painted by a genius, and you know that you're immortal,
And you always remember even if they never see you.
And you're listening to dribble.
and you're part of your companion,
And you must have it so right.
And you booby and ignorant.
the baby has no happiness,
I'm watching. I am not.
and you're out of proportion.
And I hate these people.
forget a breeze up here, and she's up here forever. You cannot run amok up here. You're stuck up here in this cavort. Things don't make sense up here. It's friends up here forever. The outward show of bliss up here. Is this a really good fight out?
hard to believe. Yeah. It seems like only yesterday we were posing for him.
We never posed for him.
Certainly we did. We're in a painting, aren't we?
It's not as if he asked us to sit.
If you'd have sat up straight, he might have.
Oh, you know what you're talking about.
How dare you talk to me in that tone? You've picked up some terrible manners, young lady.
I learned all my manners from you.
Will you just be quiet? I hardly knew the man. I would spend my Sundays here, and I would see him sketching, so I was surprised when he stopped showing up. Of course, I did not notice at first. But one day, I realized something was different. Like a flash of light, right through me. The way that man would stare at you when he sketched. I knew he was no longer.
I'm going to be a painter when I grow up.
If you live.
Honestly,
Oh, keep your mouth shut.
it is my mouth and I shall do as I please.
Quiet! George was a gentleman.
Soft spoken.
And he was a far superior artist to Monsieur.
George had beautiful eyes.
Yeah, he... Beautiful eyes.
Yeah, well, eyes that captured beauty.
Yeah, he chose his subjects well.
I was in Charleston when I heard. At first, I was surprised at the news. Almost relieved, in fact. Perhaps I knew this is how it would end. Perhaps we both knew.
A parent wants to die first, but George was always off and running, and I was never able to keep up with him.
No one knew he was ill until the very last days. I offered to care for him, but he would let no one near. Not even her.
George had great promise as a painter. It really is a shame his career was ended so abruptly. He had an unusual flair for color and light, and his work was not as mechanical as some have suggested. I liked George. He was dedicated to his work, seldom did anything but work, and I am proud to have counted him among my friends.
George stopped me once in the park. It was the only time I had ever spoken to him outside of the company of Jules. He stared at my jacket for an instant, then muttered something about beautiful colors, and just walked on. I rather fancied George. Well, most of the women did.
They all wanted him and hated him at the same time. They wanted to be painted, splashed on some fancy salon wall, but they hated him too. Hated him because he only spoke when he absolutely had to. Most of all, they hated him because they knew he would always be around.
Ladies and gentlemen, in 1983, I was commissioned by this museum to do a piece commemorating George Seurat's painting, A Sunday Afternoon on the Island of La Grande Jatte. My latest chromolume stands before you now, the 7th in a continuing series. Because I have a special association to this painting, the museum director, Robert Greenberg, suggested I assemble a short presentation
to proceed the activation of my latest invention. I have brought my grandmother along to give me a hand. My grandmother, Marie.
I was born in Paris, France, 98 years ago. Woo. My grandson, George.
I was born in Lodi, New Jersey, 32 years ago.
My mother was married to Louis, a baker. They left France when I was an infant to travel to Charleston, South Carolina.
George Seurat.
Born December 2nd, 1859.
It was through his mother that the future artist was introduced to the lower-class Parisian parks. Seurat received a classical training at the Beaux-Arts.
Like his father, he was not an easy man to know.
He lived in an age when science was gaining influence over romantic principles.
He worked very hard.
His first painting at the age of 24, Bathing at Asnières, was rejected by the Salon, but was shown by the group of independent artists.
They hung it over the refreshment stand. It wasn't that awful.
On Ascension Day 1884, he began work on his second painting, a Sunday afternoon on the island of La Grande Jatte. He was to work 2 years on this painting.
He always knew where he was going before he even picked up a paintbrush.
He denied conventional perspective and conventional space.
He was unconventional in his lifestyle as well. So was I. You know, I was a Floridora girl for a short time. When I left Charleston and before I married my first husband.
Marie, the film is running.
Oh, excuse me. They hung it over the refreshment stand.
Marie, having studied scientific findings on color, he developed a new style of painting. He found by painting tiny particles, color, next to color, that at a certain distance the eye would fuse the specks optically, giving them greater intensity than any mixed pigments.
He wanted to paint with colored lights.
Beams of colored light, he hoped.
It was shown at the 8th and the last Impressionist exhibition.
Monet, Renoir, and Sisley withdrew their submissions because of his painting.
They placed it in a small room off to the side of the main hall, too dark for the painting to truly be seen.
The painting was ridiculed by most, but there were also a handful of believers in his work.
He went on to paint 6 more major paintings before his sudden death at the age of 31. He never sold a painting in his lifetime.
On this occasion, I present my latest chromolume.
Number 7.
Which pays homage to La Grande Jatte and to my grandmother, Marie. The score for this presentation has been composed by Naomi Eisen.
George begins to activate the chroma.
No. Don't read that part, grandmother.
Don't read that?
No. Robert Greenberg.
It's the regulator, George.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. For precise synchronization of all the visual elements, I've installed a new state-of-the-art Japanese microcomputer which controls the voltage regulator. I think that the surge from the musical equipment has created an electrical short. Unfortunately, no electricity, no art. Give us a moment and we'll be able to bypass the regulator and be back in business.
I'm very sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We seem to be having a little electrical difficulty.
It has no juice.
You must realize that this is the first time that we've had a collaboration like this at the museum, and it has offered some extraordinary challenges to us here. Now, I hope to see all of you at the reception which will follow this presentation. It's right down the hall in the main gallery where the painting hangs. And after dinner, we have a very special treat for you. As I'm sure you'll notice, in order to raise additional funds, we have chosen to sell the air rights to the museum, and some of the 27 flights of condominiums that now stand above us will be open for your inspection. You may even wish to become one of our permanent neighbors.
We're ready, Bob.
Well, proceed.
Dennis, lights.
When I was young, Mother loved telling me tales of her life in France and of her work as an artist's model.
Her mother showed her this great painting and pointed to this woman and said that it was she.
And she pointed to a couple in the back. They were holding an infant child. Said that was me.
Shortly before my great-grandmother's death, she spoke of her association with the artist of this painting. She told Marie that he was her real father.
Well, I was shocked.
My parents never believed this story. After all, there was no proof. I do not believe.
But my mother gave me this small red book.
Oh, Marie.
Oh, George, I wanted to bring the book and show it in the back. Notes about his great-grandfather, the artist.
Actually, this book is really just a grammar book in the handwriting of a child. And though there are notes in the back which mention it, George, they could be referring to anyone.
But they do not.
Well, I do not know there is any validity to this story.
Well, of course there is validity. He has to have everything spelled out for him.
The facts are sketchy, the tales are many. I would like to invite you into my Sunday Island of Light. It will be on exhibition here in the upstairs gallery until August 1st.
What this machine has to do with that painting.
Darling, it's a theme and a variation.
Oh, theme and variation.
Times change so quickly.
Lord knows.
That's the challenge of our work. You never know what movement is going to hit next, which artist to embrace.
I thought it went very well. Yeah, except for that electric screw-up. What did you guys think?
Terrific.
I mean, I don't understand completely.
I'm not surprised.
He combines all these different trends.
I'm not surprised.
Can't divide art today into categories neatly. What matters is the means, not the ends.
I'm not surprised.
That is the state of the art, my dear. That is the state of the art.
It's not enough knowing good from rotten.
You're telling me.
When something new pops up every day.
You're telling me.
It's only new, though, for now.
Info?
But yesterday's forgotten.
And tomorrow is already passing.
There's no surprise. That is the state of the art, my friend. That is the state of the art.
He's an original.
Was.
I like the images.
Come on, you had your moment. Now it's George's turn.
It's George's turn.
Don't you think he's original?
Yes, you're
But
talking
it's really new.
They know.
It's all the novelty.
It's no promotion,
impersonal,
but that is the state of the art, isn't it?
Well,
Art isn't easy.
Even when you've amassed it.
Finding prizes.
No one can be an oracle.
Art isn't easy.
Suddenly you passed it.
All good prizes. And then when it's allegorical.
Art isn't easy. Any way you look at it.
All right, George, as long as it's your night. George, you know what's in the room. George, another chromaloon. George, it's time to get to work.
Oh, George, look, all these lovely people in front of our painting.
George, I wanted to meet one of our board members. This is Harriet Pauling.
What a pleasure. And this is my friend, Billy Webster.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Well, I'll just leave you three to chat.
Harriet was so impressed by your presentation.
This is the third piece of yours I've seen. They're getting so large.
Now, what heading would you say your work falls under?
Well, most people think of it as sculpture.
Sculpture?
Well, actually, I think of myself as an inventor as well as a sculptor.
It's so unconventional for sculpture.
Say cheese, George, and put them at their ease. George, you're up on the trapeze. George, machines don't grow on trees. George, start putting it together.
I bet your great-grandfather would have been very proud of you.
Yes, he would have loved to see me.
Oh, how do you know?
Well, I just know. I'm like that.
Hi, I'm Harriet Pauling.
Billy Webster.
How do you do? This is Elaine, George's former wife.
Hello.
Elaine is such a darling. I will always think of her as my granddaughter. I'm just so happy that these children here remain close. Isn't it nice?
Yes, Harriet has just been through a rather messy divorce.
Billy, what a fascinating family you have.
Oh, many people say that. George and I are going to France next month to visit the island where the painting was made. And George is going to bring the Lomochrome.
Chromalo. I've been invited by the government to do a presentation of the machine on the island.
Yeah, George has never been to France.
Art isn't easy, even when you're hot.
Are these inventions of yours
Financing
one
art
of a kind?
is easy, yes. Financing it is not.
Well, they take a year to
It
make.
isn't just a vision if it's only in your
And then if he
head.
finishes one, he starts raising money for the next.
No one gets to see it, it's as good as dead.
Work, work, work.
It has to come to light. I put the names of my contributors on the side of each machine.
Some very impressive people.
Well, we must speak further. My family has a foundation, and we're always looking for new projects.
Bit by bit, putting it together.
Family is really all you
Piece
have.
by piece, only way to make a work of art. Every moment makes a contribution, every little detail plays a part. Because a vision's no solution, everything depends on execution. Putting it together, that's what counts.
Actually, the board of the foundation's meeting next week.
Ounce by ounce, putting it together.
You'll come to lunch.
Small amounts, adding up to make a work of art. First of all, you need a good foundation, otherwise it's risky from the start. Takes a little cocktail conversation, while without the proper preparation, having just a vision's no solution. Everything depends on execution. The art of making art is putting it together, bit by bit.
We've been hearing about you for some time. We haven't met. Charles Redmond, County Museum, Texas.
Nice to meet you.
We think your work is just tremendous.
Oh, thank you.
I hate to bring up business at a social occasion, but we're in the process of giving out some sizable commissions.
You're not trying to steal him away from us, are you?
By a link in the connections, drink by drink, fixing and perfecting the design. Adding just a dab of politician, always knowing where to draw the line. Lining up the funds, but in addition, lining up a prominent commission. Otherwise, your perfect composition isn't gonna get much exhibition. Art isn't easy. Every minor detail is a major decision. Have to keep things in scale, have to hold to your vision. Every time I start to feel defensive, I remember lasers are expensive. What's a little cocktail conversation? It's gonna get you your foundation into a prominent commission, not an exhibition in addition. Art isn't easy.
Great connection.
Who understands it?
Difficult to evaluate.
Art isn't easy. Trying to form collections, always in transit.
And then you have to collaborate.
Art isn't easy. Any way you look at it.
But George, you have to meet Mr. Randolph.
Hello, I'm Lee Randolph. I handle the public relations for the museum.
Oh, how do you do?
There you are, George. Oh, hi, Marie. Eisenlaubing.
Delighted. You kids made quite a stir tonight.
You see, George, that elektrische screw-up didn't hurt our reception.
There's a great opportunity for some nice publicity here.
Dot by dot, building up the image. Shot by shot, keeping at a distance doesn't pay. Still, if you remember your objective, not by your privacy away. A little bit of hype can be effective, as long as you can keep it in perspective. After all, without some recognition, no one's gonna give you a commission. To cause a crack in the foundation, you wasted all that conversation.
I'm really sorry, George. I spoke with Naomi in great detail about how much electricity our synthesizer was going to use. I computed the exact voltage.
Dennis, it's okay.
The laser was beautiful, George.
It was, wasn't it? Now, go get yourself a drink, Dennis. Mingle.
George, there's one more thing I want to talk to you about. I was going to wait. Oh, I'll wait.
What?
I'm quitting.
Quitting?
I'm going back to NASA. There's just too much pressure in this line of work.
Dennis, don't make any rash decisions. Take it easy. Sleep on it. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, George.
Art isn't easy.
Hey, it's the brain.
Even if you're smart.
No technical screw up tonight, Dennis.
You think it's all together. Then something falls apart.
I love the new machine, George.
Oh, thanks. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, we saw you talking to Redmond from Texas.
Yeah.
Did you get one of the commissions?
Well, we talked about it. You guys?
My stuff's a little too inaccessible.
I love your work, Alex. I'll put in a good word for you.
He knows my work.
Hey, it's all politics, Alex. Maybe if you just lighten up once in a while.
Texas would be fun.
Art isn't easy. Overnight, you're the trend. You're the right combination. Then the trend's at an end. You're suddenly last year's sensation. So you should support the competition. Try to set aside your own ambition while you jockey for position. If you feel a sense of coalition, then you never really stand alone. If you want your work to reach fruition, what you need is a link with your tradition, because a prominent commission. A little formal recognition, so that you can go on, so that your work can go on exhibition.
The man of the hour.
Oh, Blair, hello. I read your piece on neo-expressionism.
Just what the world needs, another piece on neo-expressionism.
Well, I enjoyed it.
Good for you. Now, I had no idea you might be related to 19th century France.
It's a cloudy ancestral line at best.
I'm dying to meet your grandmother. It was fun seeing the two of you on stage with your invention. It added a certain humanity to the proceedings.
Humanity?
George. Chromalume number 7.
Be nice, George.
I was hoping it would be a series of 3, 4 at the most.
You have to pay a price, George.
We have been there before, you know.
You never suffer from a shortage of opinions, do you, Blair?
You never minded my opinions when they were in your favor. I have touted your work from the beginning.
They like to give advice, George.
You were really onto something with these light machines.
Don't think about it twice, George.
Once. Now they're just becoming more and more about less and less.
Well, I disagree.
Don't get me wrong. You're a talented guy. If you weren't, I wouldn't waste our time with my opinions. I think you're capable of far more. Not that you couldn't succeed doing chromalume after chromalume, but there are new discoveries to be made, George.
Be new, George. They tell you to they're blue, George. And what else you're through, George. And even if it's true, George, you do what you can do. By bit, putting it together. Piece by piece, working out the vision night and day. All it takes is time and perseverance, with a little luck along the way. Putting in a personal appearance, gathering supporters and adherents.
Like he combines all these different trends.
Mapping out the right configuration, starting with a suitable foundation. Plus a little learning in the room, and an exhibition in addition. A little dab of politics.
And like this image is
Have a balanced composition. And you do have a suspicion. taking all your concentration. What's the part of making art?
This way. Through here.
Excuse me. Could you please tell me, what is that square form up there?
Oh, that is a baby carriage.
Who told you that?
I'm sorry to butt in. I'm Blair Daniels, and I've been waiting for an opportunity to tell you how much I enjoyed seeing you on stage.
Well, thank you, my dear, but that is not a baby carriage. That is Louie's waffle stove.
A waffle stove. I've read all there is to read on this work, and I've never heard any mention of a waffle stove.
Well, I have a book, too, my mother's. It is a family legacy, as is the painting, and my mother spoke often of Louie's waffle stove.
Louis? Yes, you mentioned him in your presentation.
Well, family, it's really all you have.
You said that before.
Yeah, I say it often.
Excuse us.
You see, Miss Daniels, there are really only two worthwhile things to take with you when you depart this world: children and art. Isn't that correct?
I never quite thought of it that way.
Well, do you know Elaine?
No, I don't believe we've met. Blair Daniels.
I've heard a lot about you.
Oh, yes?
Elaine and George were married once. I was so excited. I thought they might have a child. George and I are the only ones left, I'm afraid. You married Miss Daniels?
Awfully nice to have met you.
Elaine, could you fix my chair so as I can see Mama? Oh.
George, I think Maria's a little too tired for the party. She seems to be slipping a bit.
I better take her back to the hotel.
I'll take her back. You stay.
Nah, it's a perfect excuse for me to leave early.
George, don't be silly. You're the toast of the party. You should feel wonderful.
Well, I don't feel wonderful.
Poor George. Well, tonight was a wonderful experience for Marie. I don't remember seeing her so happy. It was very good of you to include her.
She is something, isn't she?
Yes, she is.
You would have liked him, Mama, you would. Mama, he makes things. Mama, they're good. Just as you said from the start, children and art. Children and art. He should be happy. Mama, he's blue. What do I do? You should have seen it. It was a sign. Mama, I mean it. All color and light. I don't understand what it was, but Mama, the things that he does, they twinkle and shimmer and buzz. You would have liked them. Yet, here, Henry,
It's George, Grandmother.
Oh, of course it is. I thought you were your father for a moment. Now, did I tell you who that was?
Of course. That's your mother.
That is correct. Isn't she beautiful? There she is. There she is. There she is. There she is. Mama is everywhere. He must have loved her so much.
Is she really in all those places, Marie?
This is our family. This is the one. After I go, this is all that you got.
Now, let's not have this discussion.
Wasn't she beautiful? You would have liked her. Mama did things no one had done. Mama was funny. Mama was fun. Mama spent money when she had none. Mama said, honey, mustn't be blue. It's not so much do what you like as it is that you like what you do. Mama said, darling, don't make such a drama. A little less thinking, a little more feeling. I'm just quoting Mama. The child is so sweet and the girls are so rapturous. Isn't it lovely how artists can capture us?
Yes, it is, Marie.
You would have liked her. Honey, I'm wrong. You would have loved her. Mama enjoyed things. Mama was smart. See how she shimmers. I mean, from the heart. I know, honey, you don't agree, but this is our family tree. Just wait till we're there and you'll see. Listen to me. Mama was smart. Listen to Mama. Children and art. Children and art. Goodbye, Mama.
Connect, George. Connect. Are you certain this is the best place for the Cromwell?
George, this is the largest clearing on La Grande Jatte.
Where's the still?
It's been built. It should arrive tomorrow morning, a few hours before the Cromwell. I wanted it here today, but they don't make deliveries on Sunday.
And And the fresh water for the cooling system?
We can draw it from the Seine. As for the electricity...
Hey, did you see this tree?
No?
Could be the one in the painting.
Yeah, it could.
Huh. Here. Well, at least something is recognizable. Now, about the electricity.
The wind generator's over there.
Well, you have been efficient as always.
Thank you.
I'll miss working with you, Dennis.
Well, I can recommend some very capable people to help you with the Texas Commission.
I turned it down.
What?
Dennis, why are you quitting?
I told you.
I know what you told me. Why are you really leaving?
George, I love the Crommelooms, but I've helped you build the last 5. Now I want to do something different.
You should have told me that in the first place.
Well, I'm sorry.
Why do you think I turned down the commission? I don't want to do the same thing over and over again either.
Well, there are other things you could do.
I know that. I just want to do something I care about.
See, you brought the red book.
Well, since Maria's died, I thought I would at least bring something of hers along.
Marie really wanted to make this trip.
I know.
Look, I hope you don't mind, but I took a look at the book. It's very interesting.
It's just a grammar book, Dennis.
Not that part. The notes in the back. Well, we just have to wait for it to get dark. I'm not sure about the ambient light.
You go, Dennis. I'd like to be alone, actually.
You sure?
Yeah. I'll see you back at the hotel.
George, I look forward to seeing what you come up with next.
You're not the only one, Dennis. Charles has a book. Charles shows him his crayons. Marie has the ball of Charles. Good for Marie. Charles misses his ball. George misses Marie. George misses a lot. George is alone. George looks around. He sees the park. It is depressing. George looks ahead. George sees the dark. George is afraid. Where are the people out strolling on Sunday? George looks within. George is adrift. George goes by guessing. George looks behind. He had a gift. When did it fade? You wanted people out strolling on Sunday. Sorry, Marie. See, George, remember how George used to be, stretching his vision in every direction. See, George, attempting to see a connection, when all you can see is maybe a tree, the family tree. Sorry, George is afraid. George sees the park. George sees it die. George too may fade, leaving no mark, just passing through. Just like the people out strolling on Sunday. George looks around. George is alone. No use denying. George is aground. George has outgrown what he can do. George would have liked to see people out strolling on Sunday.
I nearly didn't recognize you without your beard. You have my book.
Your book?
Yes.
It is a little difficult to understand.
Well, I was teaching myself. My writing got much better. I worked very hard. And I made sure Marie learned right away.
Marie.
It's good to see you. Not that I ever forgot you, George. You gave me so much.
What did I give you?
Many things. You taught me about concentration. At first, I thought that meant just being still. But I was to understand it meant much more. You meant to tell me to be where I was, not someplace in the past or the future. I worried too much about tomorrow. I thought the world could be perfect. I was wrong.
What else?
Enough about me. What about you? Are you working on something new?
No. I'm not working on anything new.
That is not like you, George.
I've nothing to say.
You have many things.
Well, nothing that's not been said.
Said by you.
I do not know where to go.
Nor did I.
I want to make things that count.
I did what I had to do.
What am I to do?
Stop worrying where you're going. Move on. If you can know where you're going, you've gone. Just keep moving on. I chose and my world was shaken. So what? The choice may have been mistaken. The choosing was not. You have to move on. Look at what you want, not at where you are, not at what you'll be. Look at all the things you've done for me. Opened up my eyes, taught me how to see, notice every tree, understand the light, concentrate
I want to
on
move on. I want to explore the light. I want to know how to get through to something new, something of my own. Something in the light, something in the sky, the grass are behind the trees.
Look at all the things you gave to me.
Things I hadn't looked at till now. Flower on your hat and your smile.
I would be so
caressed. And the way you catch the light. And the and the feeling and the light. Oh, we
come from you, then it will be new. Give us more to see.
You never cared what anyone else thought. At first, that upset me because I wanted you to care what I thought.
I'm sure that I did.
Yes, I'm sure that you did too.
Dot, why did you write these words?
Oh, they are your words, George. The ones you uttered so often when you worked.
Order.
George, is that you?
Yes?
Tell me, is this place as you expected it?
What?
The park, of course.
Somewhat.
Go on.
The greens are a little darker, the sky a little grayer, mud tones in the water.
Oh, yes, I
But
suppose.
the air is rich and full of light.
Good.
Design. Tension. Composition. Balance. Light. God, I cannot read this word.
Harmony.
So much love in his words. Forever with his colors. How George looks. He can look forever. What does he see? His eyes, so dark and silent, so careful, so exact. Flecks of light and dawn and parasol. White, a blank page or canvas. His favorite. So many possibilities.